spraying some beans. I'm afraid beans are gonna be ugly this year. I'm gonna do anhydrous after this tank full, but I'm spraying beans because they're getting weedy, as you can tell. But they also had a hard time coming up with as dry as it was, so there's gonna be a lot of beans that, I don't know, I looked at some last night that were last I planted 25 days ago, and after the rain last week, some of them were just starting to try and pop through. A few of them I wiggled around with my knife and got them to pop through. It's, I don't know, it's gonna be ugly, but I got some beans that look good, some beans that look like shit. Most of the corn so far isn't bad, but yeah, I'm getting this early beans here at home sprayed. Then I'm gonna go back to anhydrous because they say chance of rain again this weekend. It's Wednesday the 21st right now, and we're gonna need to keep getting, you know, like a constant rain. So it is what it is. This is why I need to get spraying some beans, because the mare's tail is already starting to get out of control. Yeah, which is also why I plant enlist, so I can spray enlist beans, so I can spray enlist, because it seems to be about the only thing that'll kill the damn mare's tail anymore. So we're looking at the American flag again today for a little while, then it's back in the 7230. And I got a little volunteer corn on the other side of the field over there, I noticed. And I'm looking at it going, man, that looks like it was planted with a drill, for God's sakes. Well, yeah, when you forget to clean the little sump out at the bottom of your seed tender, which those of you that have seed tenders know, you know, there's usually a gallon or 2 gallon pails worth of seed in there, which you always clean out for storing it until next year. Well, I didn't clean it out between corn and beans because I just forgot, whatever. So I don't know if the enlist will kill volunteer corn, but yeah, it looks nice. It's like planted right in a row with the beans. It is what it is. We all F up. This corn here behind my house has perked up quite a bit just in the last 2 days since doing the anhydrous. That's pushing knee high right now. Like I said, it's the 21st of June. So I don't know. For corn, I'll put 85%. Looks good as long as we keep getting rain. You know, 15%. Yes, and a bird did me wrong again. 15%, not so good. Has a chance of being something better. This will look better when the weeds are dead, obviously. But beans, ugh, I don't know. I'm not even going to try. Right now, I'd say 65 to 70% of what I've looked at looks pretty good. I guess we'll see in another week, 10 days. They'll look better. Start getting some weeds dead. But it is what it is. This field doesn't look horrible. Still got a little bit of volunteer corn. Yeah. Dummy. But this field is also a little moisture field. This is the one that, well, this had an island in it that we took out here. You all don't know that because that was done before I ever started this whole YouTube thing. But it's a 13-acre field that an older couple in their 80s across behind those trees used to own. They were probably in their late 70s when I bought it from them because they were just tired of paying the taxes on it. I think there's 21 or 22 total acres here, 13 of it's towable. We've worked it since, I don't know, 50 years. It's basically landlocked to us, so we were the only ones that could ever get in here. But yeah, these don't look half bad. Other than these aren't quite as weedy as what the rest of them, or what I've done so far across the road has been. Alright, we're back to doing napalm. Alright, let me turn down white snake before I get in trouble. Yes, and getting here to this is the 6-acre field. I think I had enough left in the applicator to finish this field, I hope so. And then the bigger field's on the other side. Doesn't look horrible on this knob. It's coming, but gonna need some consistent rain. But getting here, our wonderful governor, Kathy Holocaust, decided we all need new guardrails. Even though there's not a fucking thing wrong with the old ones. So we're putting new guardrails in up there. Holy shit. I just stopped, told a couple of the trucks that were sitting here on Dalton Road that I had to luckily get off of my brother's edge of my brother's yard to get around. I said, you guys can park in that little island right here. I'll let you park there. Doug mows it, but just park there so you're out of the road. But why we're putting in new guardrail, you know, we had some money left over from some other program, so now this is a safety initiative. Replace good guardrail with new guardrail. Don't give the taxpayers back that money. Nah. I'm doing my first pass around the big field on the other side of the hedge now. That's the field down behind my brother's house. Applicator's almost empty. I figure I'll get once around and then I gotta go fill. But this corn looks pretty good. And again, I feel for all of you that are still struggling to get rain. Believe me, I didn't want to go as long as we went without rain and then get 3 inches in 1 week, because that obviously helped us tremendously, but didn't help our beans that much for making the ground hard again to come up. Helped the guys who are finishing up on beans this past week, but it is what it is. Like I said, can't control Mother Nature. But so hopefully this weekend we get some more. They're saying possible thunderstorms, so you never know with that. We could end up with an inch, or we could end up with nothing when it comes to thunderstorms. And it can all come in a short period of time too when it comes to thunderstorms. But I'll take what I've got so far. Corn is really perked up. Once I hit it with this, it'll really jump with the temperatures in the 80s. I'm thinking either this fall when we get done, or next spring I need to put those little mini chainsaws to use and start trimming some of these limbs hanging here around the outside of this field. I might have Soil and Water go around with their arm mower too and get what they can get. You can see the spots that are in the shade. They're still a little moist from that 3 inches of rain last week. I'm sure if I look back right now, I'm looking in the mirror, and yes, I can see some puffing up a little. It doesn't seal good when it's wet, but then you get right out of it back into drier ground again, so where it's sealing fine. I finished spraying that first tank full of bean spray. It's about 1:45 right now, so before I took off to do this, I sat in the shop for 15-20 minutes eating my lunch and going through the comments from the video that came out this morning, which would be my last video. So, and if you saw that, you know, if you know, you know, as they say. But like I said, I always try to get back to everybody the best I can, so I don't mind it. I mean, I actually kind of enjoy listening to what some people have to say and going back and forth, but I'm not always going to get everybody, because there just ain't enough hours in the day. So I got a legislature meeting tonight, Ways and Means meeting, so maybe when I get home from that I'll check more comments, because I probably won't go back to the field, because it'll probably be 7:38, I don't know. But all right I started doing this, and I'm like, grab the camera. Yeah, why not? That knife, the tube that's welded into the back of it, is gone. I mean, they're all, I knew after this field I needed new knives, and I always carry 2 new ones in the tractor. I couldn't see it, that it was blowing out, but what I could do, this is my first long row here, you can see where the headland wraps around. My last time down through, where I had to pick up right there before I got to the headland, I looked over to like the previous pass, and you can tell when Anhydrous, you farmers know this, shitty camera, the corn will get like wilty looking, a little brownish when it gets immediately hit with some anhydrous. So I was like, yep, I got a knife that must be bad. So I'm putting this new one on. I'm going to use the old bolts. I brought 2 more out with me because I carry extra bolts. We'll see how long they last, because they get wore out and break off, but that's what they're supposed to be, is shear bolts. But yeah, so basically the anhydrous was just blowing right out of that tube. I mean, some of it was getting in the ground because I got them buried. You know, I put the knives in right up to there, but it obviously wasn't sealing very good. So yeah, and then when you take the hose off, whew, even though it's off, those of you who have worked with anhydrous or still work with anhydrous, you know, at the end of the day, you usually have a headache and you're tired. Don't ask, I don't know, but this shit makes you tired. All right, I'm gonna put this other bolt in, tighten it up, get back in, finish this field, and go home and put the other 3 new knives on that are gonna need it. And while I'm standing here, I'll explain some of what I talked about earlier. Like this, you know, where I just turned on the headland. This one got run over, but it's not broke off. So the sunlight will just keep creeping this up, and it'll be standing up. This one's not broke off. This one's not broke off because they're still kind of supple. So basically the ones that, I'm not gonna go through all of them. Yeah, gotta get back to work. The ones that aren't broke off, they'll stand back up. So I might do a drone video. I don't have anybody to run the drone anymore. It's too hard to run it by myself and actually operate. But when I get all done, corn, anhydrous, spraying the rest of the beans, I might get the drone out when the corn gets bigger, and you'll be able to kind of see where I turn on the headlands, but it won't be like this that you see and you're thinking, oh my God, he ran over all that corn. All right, gotta pick my shit up and get going. All right, I'm sitting still. I don't know how well you can see it, but that valve right there, you can almost, I can see it, you might not be able to. And then the top part, you can see it's froze. So I have to sit for a minute. That's the problem with stopping when it's hot. It's like 85 degrees out. It's freaking hot today. Because it's froze up and it's not coming through. Now that that bottom valve is pretty much clear, I'm gonna turn it on. And yep, you can see the top valve dissipating away. Now it's flowing again. Yeah, that's the only problem when you stop. And it does it sometimes when you first fill the tank up too, when it's, you know, hot out. So now we're actually rolling, so we can get this field finished, go home, change the other 3 knives. I don't know, it's almost 2:30. I got a freaking meeting. I gotta quit by 4. I don't know, I might be able to fill the applicator back up. And that might be all I'm doing for today, because the county, you know, legislator thingy. So I don't know. All right, I just filled my applicator. I'm waiting for it to, the main valve there to bleed off. It's probably done, but so I can unhook the hoses. So I sprayed these beans yesterday. Enlist is a great thing because it's already dinging the shit out of the weeds. Yes, this headland looks ugly, but okay, gonna zoom you in a little here. I effed up this spring. I don't know if you can notice. Now, apparently they make Enlist corn, which I didn't know because I was reading the label, because I was hoping the Enlist would kill this volunteer corn. But here's a nice row. One over there. I walk over here. There's one there. I mean, you can tell where I went up through, turn around, came back down through. There's 4 boxes, 4 compartments in the drill. There's the next one. Gonna unzoom you now. So obviously when I filled that first compartment in the drill, I put the corn in it too, because here's how I effed up. I'll walk into the shop and show you. All right, and there's a little pile of corn over there that spilled because I was using the seed tender, because I had that one pro box full of corn that had the Pivot Bio on it. Yeah, well, I forgot to clean the bottom sump of the seed tender out, like I do every year when I'm done planting beans. Dummy. So generally when you clean the bottom of this out, you get 1 or 2 gallon pails worth of, you know, beans out of it. So that means I left that much corn in it. Yeah, it's dark back here. You probably aren't going to be able to see. Let me get my flashlight out. I know, I'm twisting my flashlight now, so I'm bouncing you all around, but all right there. That's open. So that it's, you know, I leave it open so that nothing can get down in here when it's being stored, mice or whatever, to make nests. And no, I've never forgot to shut it before the next spring. I know you probably didn't see any of that, but because it's dark. But I forgot to drain the last little bit of corn out of there. That was the first field of beans that I planted. I'm hoping, being that I don't plant enlist corn, that enlist would kill it, but I don't know. Looks pretty green to me still. Yeah, right across from the shop so I can look at it all summer, and right next to the road so that everybody else can look at it. Yeah, I effed up. I was just plain and simple on me for being a dummy, probably being in a hurry, and just forgetting to drain the last little bit of corn out of the bottom of the seed tender. Because the other bean fields, after I planted that, I think I went up back, I see once in a while a volunteer corn, but nothing road like this is. So I guess I gotta wait and see what happens, see if it dies off. That would suck to have to get some more spray to go in to kill off, I don't know, across there 10, 11 rows worth of corn. Dummy. Alright, I am in the field across from Jimbo's, and then I'll be going across the road to do his privacy fence, yeah, as he calls it. So here's your one more thing, because I'm done filming. I don't know how long this video is, but it's just became long enough. So your one more thing is, actually it's kind of a 2 more thing together. June 30th, don't forget, next live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern, here on my channel. And Mad Moose does have those t-shirts with the combine up on the site now. So there you go. If I don't see you in another video before June 30th, I'll see you June 30th. So, and we welcome everyone, so more of you need to stop into the live stream. Alright, second more thing. I'm down here, these 2 fields by the big swamp. I can see the swans, you probably can't, but I can see corn all the way to the end of that son of a bitchin' field too. So if some of you that said swans will chase geese away, maybe you were right. I'm now a fan of swans, because that's 2 years in a row that they ate about 6 acres out of that son of a bitch. Now it's all there.